Okay, so guys, I just got back from dumpster diving outside of Brandon's house in Utah. You will not believe what I just found. I am holding in my hands a copy of one of the later chapters of Wind and Truth. Now, I imagine this has probably been rewritten a bit. It looked like it was torn up in anger. But I have to share this with you guys. Unite them. I'm trying, Dalinar yelled to the skies. Storms, I'm trying. I've been trying for close to 3 years now, ever since I started listening to these cursed visions. At least, that's what he wanted to say. Did he still look at the visions as a curse? Sure, he used to, but back then they were nothing but a shame due to the episodes that occurred. Now, though, they were so much more. They were a guide. Not only did the visions give him an understanding of the past and the Radiance, but he also never would have been able to form the Council of Monarchs, or perhaps even more importantly, save Stormblessed without them. I know you're dead, and not even a god could have predicted everything that happened here. Storms, Odium is proof of that. I just wish I knew more. It's the day of the Contest of Champions, and I have no clue what Odium is planning, or even the time he's going to appear. That seems like just one more thing I should have gotten in writing. Another of my failures I will just have to learn from, if I get the opportunity. From behind the doors of the hallway he heard a voice. Dalinar, are you coming? Navani's voice was a sweet nectar to his ears. I won't have another of my husbands skip out on feasts for their own musings. I dealt with it enough with your brother, and I will not deal with it from you. She was right, of course. Day of the contest or not, he had to join the the Queen's feast. When they arrived, he once again had to stop looking for Bridge 4. It was still strange to him not seeing them together. Stormblessed did a fine job raising up so many squad commanders from a single crew. Getting just him would have been a blessing, but to a man, Kaladin managed to pull out the qualities of a commander in each of them. Dalinar, head in the cloud as always, I see. A man with angular features and an amused face was standing beside Dalinar. Wit, I see you decided not to skip out on the festivities. Skip out on the... Dalinar, you insult me. So many nobles in one place? How could I not be here? It's a wit's paradise. And from all countries, too. You Alethi are so bland. I can only make so many jokes about hitting people with rocks before I get tired of it. No, I wouldn't miss this for the Cosmere. Yes, well, if you'll excuse me. Dalinar, aren't you tired of people having to excuse the things you've done? Come now, let us part, as I found that extended periods of being around me just causes people to make more mistakes. As we both know, you don't need any help with that. Taking the opportunity, Dalinar left without another word, and sat by his wife at the table with his niece, the Queen of Alethkar, and a couple other monarchs. Yasna, as always, looked like a queen. It always struck him as strange. For someone who didn't care about appearances, she seemed to give them more care than anyone else. I suppose there are multiple ways to fight a battle, though, Dalinar thought. I should understand that by now. Some people fight with swords, but to some, even their appearance is a weapon. Storms, I did the same thing. I relied on how intimidating my presence was. She's doing the same thing. Her battlefield is just different today. I really can't stand politics. Dalinar reached to grab some food from his plate, but when his hand went down, there was no food. There was no plate. Is something wrong, dear? Navani asked. My plate, it's gone. It must have been that Reshi girl. How she manages to slip in places and steal things I'll never know. I figured with her growing she would have gotten rid of that habit, but I guess not. Lift? Stop stealing? The Prime Akazix laughed. I think her increased size just makes it more enjoyable for her. She's even started messing with other things. Sometimes she'll stick something in your pocket or to your clothing. She messes with the shoes a lot, so everyone should watch their step when we leave the table. Out of the corner of his eyes, Dalinar noticed a figure moving to leave the feast. Hoyd? Where is that man going? He just got done telling me how he couldn't miss an opportunity like this, and now he's leaving? There was a change in the air. Everyone around him disappeared, and suddenly, Dalinar was face to face with none other than Odium. Are you ready, Dalinar? It's the day we agreed to. Let's end this. You know the terms just as well as I do. No more delay. Very well, but there's one thing I would like you to know before we start. With a snap of his fingers, a chair appeared on the table across from Dalinar, and Odium sat in it. As he descended into the chair, his form slowly changed into that of Taravangian. I wanted to see you as myself one more time, old friend. A wave of shock and terror rose through Dalinar. How did this happen? Was it even real, or was it just another of Odium's tricks? Before he could voice any of those questions, though, Taravangian continued. Now that the Contest of Champions began. With another snap of his fingers, Dalinar was shifted to the center of an arena, with Odium still sitting at the now elevated table, watching. From there, Odium's champion appeared. You? But why? How? Instead of answering, though, his champion began to charge at Dalinar. Dalinar went to take his first step, and he heard a voice coming from Odium. But wait, that wasn't Odium's voice. It wasn't Taravangian's either. It was Lif's. She had her head popping out from under the table. Dalinar! Untie them! Dalinar started to fall and looked down in terror as he saw that his boot strings were tied together. Dalinar fell, and Odium's champion made quick work of him. It was that day that all of Althkar learned that honor was dyslexic.